Hello champion, I'm teacher Adam. Welcome to my math class. I'll be solving quadratic equations by using completing the square method. Welcome. So I showed you how to write quadratic equation by using completing the square method, and you completed it to make it perfect square. And now they want us to use complete square method to solve. So how do we solve? In that case, for example, you are given a question. This is example 1. Solve by completing the square. You have given 2x squared minus 6x minus 7 is equal to 0. How do you do that in that case? We said when you're supposed to solve by completing the square method in this case, we have to make sure that the coefficient of the first term is equal to 1. So you divide everything by coefficient of the first term. So divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2, and even 0 by 2. You end up with x squared minus 3x minus 7 over 2 is equal to 0. And then if you do that, then the next thing that you're supposed to do, remember, these two have to generate x minus p squared minus p squared, and then minus 7 over 2 is equal to 0. This is what will help us to solve. And x minus p there will be x minus, remember, our b is negative 3, so negative 3 divided by 2. So it is negative 3 over 2 square minus 3 over 2 square minus 7 over 2 is equal to 0. Then the next step that you're supposed to do, when you do this, it's x minus 3 over 2 is 1.5 square minus 1.5 square is 2.25 minus 3.5 is equal to 0. When you do that, you say x minus 1.5 square minus 2.25 minus 3.5 is minus 5.75 is equal to 0. Correct. And then the next thing that you're supposed to do now, when you're given this case now, you will take this the other side. You have x minus 1.5 square is equal to 5.75. Then factorize, say x minus 1.5, because this is square. To remove the square, you need to factorize. If you factorize this square, you'll end up with, because this is the same as x minus 1.5, x minus 1.5. Remember, this is what refers, and then you find the cube root of that is the same as x minus 1.5 is same as square root of 5.75. And then later on, so you say x is equal to negative 1.5 goes the other side, becomes positive. So 1.5 plus or minus square root 5.75. And if you do that, your x is 3.9 or x is equal to negative 0.90, and this becomes your answer. So you can use completing the square method to solve majority of the question, and you get your answer correctly. So solve each equation by completing the square method. We have another question here. It's x squared plus 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. So here we're going to use, by completing the square method, we need to solve this. By completing the square method, the same thing, what do you do? Say x squared plus 4x minus 1 is equal to 0. So the a is 1, luckily. Then change this in this form. The form is x plus b squared minus b squared then minus 1. This is the rule. This rule will help us to get the correct answer. And we know here, this is the same as the b, so divide by 2. So you say x minus, because b here is 4, divide by 2, you get 2. So x, so it becomes x plus 2 squared minus 2 squared minus 1. So it becomes x plus 2 squared minus 4 minus 1, your answer becomes x plus 2 squared minus 5. This becomes the rule is equal to 0. When you get this, just say x plus 2 squared is equal to 5. Minus 5, take the other side. And then find the square root. X plus 2 is equal to the square root of 5. And then x is equal to root 5 plus 2. Then our solution is same as, so this x can be plus root 5 plus 2 or negative root 5 plus 2. These are the answers. Wow. Good. Next question, you have x squared plus 14x minus 5 is equal to 0. By using completing the square method, we need to do this. So what do we do in that case? Our b is 14. So divide by 2, you get 7. So therefore, the rule is x plus p squared minus p squared minus 5. This is the rule. Now, what do you do in that case? We say x plus 7 squared minus 7 squared minus 5 is equal to 0. So in that case, you say x plus 7 squared minus 49 minus 5 is equal to 0. Then we say x plus 7 squared minus 54 is equal to 0. And then you say x plus 7 squared is equal to 54. Find the square root. So x plus 7 is equal to root 54. Then your answer will be x is equal to negative 7 plus root 54 or negative 7 minus root 54. This gives you the correct answer. Yeah. So majority of the questions are solved like that. Majority of the questions are solved like that. If you really have a question in this category, that's how you're supposed to solve it. Like you complete the square. After completing the square, you need to understand when you're completing the square, what is the most important, like what is the major goal. What is the major goal? If I'm given a positive number and I'm supposed to get rid of it, what is the major goal? What is the major goal? Because that's the most important. That's the most important, the major goal. That's the most important. Yeah. If it wasn't there, it has to be taken out. And if it has to be taken out, how do I make sure it's being taken out? Because that's the most important. See you at the top champion. Bye bye. Until we meet again in the next math class. I can't wait to see you. Bye.